on our stream. Pojo is here with us as well, alive and well. Even Joe. I thank you, friends, for joining me again. Yeah. Today's stream topic is about senses, about how we can feel things, how you are this sensitive being capable of feeling reality in all of its different forms. And I feel today's difficulty, today's struggle in trying to get myself just going live. Oh, goodness, the quality is atrocious. I hope the quality is atrocious because of my download, not because of the actual. I'm gonna exit out and come back again. At first, it definitely did not. Hopefully, I didn't put myself in like a getting kicked out loop. This is as good as it's gonna get. Feeling things. Yes. Being a sensitive being. There are so many things to feel. There are so many things to feel. We have these traditional senses, sight and hearing, smell and feeling, taste. And we think of these senses as the main ones. But we have so many more senses. We have senses for stress inside of ourselves. We have senses for how things ought to be. Today, just things not working as they're supposed to. I can feel, I can feel a certain way about that. I don't know if I like that feeling. I don't know if it's good that I'm feeling it, but I can. I can feel it. And I want to kind of talk about that today. I think it's important for us to consider, to acknowledge, to see ourselves as sensitive beings first. Especially as men, we can consider ourselves tough, right? I'm so tough. I'm so strong. Are you? Are you though? Are we strong? I'm pretty sure we're pretty sensitive. Soft little bags of water. I love you, friends. Thank you for feeling into this moment with me. Thank you for patiently awaiting while I was trying to get myself going. Here we are. Siobhan, Louisiana, Nancy. You always put a smile on my face. It's nice having them here. It's nice having you here too, Pojo. Bless those friends. Are we waiting on Melt? Yeah. I'm sorry about that. Wasn't working. Many thanks to how happy I get when I see your names. We're happy to see yours too. Mel is having trouble. YouTube isn't letting him go live right now. He's restarting his device. That helped, apparently. Why? Who knows? I just got deja vu as well. Have I been here before? Have you been here before? Have we been here before? Have they been there before? I don't know how that made you feel, but might felt like something. Yeah, looked intense. The storm. I saw some things as well. I'm happy that Pojo made it out. What's the situation like? Glad you're okay, Joe. Same. Guess okay. That you're here. True. Looks better now. We had tornadoes and tree snapping and serious concerns for a little bit, but everyone here is safe. Bless. Are the turtles good? I hope so. It was a rocker though. Those tortoises were the biggest concerns. Other than the family, they're happy and fine too. Bless them. It was a rocker though. Looked intense. Melty, good morning. Yeah, man. We have definitely been here before. We probably have. Goodness, Jaju, I can tell you how relieved I am that everyone is out there. Thank you, Joe, for echoing that love. Oh, you friends have some pretty intense weather events. Maybe that's the thing I'll have to get used to if I ever move there, huh? All of them crazy ass weather events that you friends have. Yes, you've done this every day for years, so it's really deja vu or just another Friday. It's actually a Friday. Isn't it Friday? Yeah, it's actually a Friday. But me and Joy Vive work from home, so time gets all melty for us sometimes. Who even knows? Is it Friday? Is it Thursday? Is it today? Is it yesterday right now? Is it tomorrow? Probably not. I'm looking forward to the future. I had like that as a moment today. I've been getting some work done again. Had some phone calls with people, and I've been feeling pretty unmotivated. Goodness, like editing videos of people slapping each other doesn't fill my heart with joy. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed that it doesn't fill my heart with joy? So I was finding myself really battling today. I was like sitting in front of my computer, knowing what needs to get done, and just having this sense of like, I really don't want to. I just don't want to. I could feel that. I could feel this like childlike no inside of myself. I could feel it. I could sense, right, with my sensitivities, I could sense this tantrum being thrown by my inner child. And then I go, I get it, bro. I get it. But you still have this stuff to do, oh. You still got this work to do. And I was like fighting myself, and then I was convincing myself, and then I was fighting myself, and then I was convincing myself. And by the end of this whole scuffle, work was done. I did it. I got like a whole thing made that wasn't made before. So, at least what I know about me now is that I don't want to, but I will. I can feel that. I can feel that ability in me. I don't know how sustainable it is, but it is possible at the very least. And I feel good about that part. I do. Oh, I saw that. It tore the roof off the Tropicana field. Yeah. That place was even rigged out for disaster relief. So the fact that that roof got taken is quite a thing. It's Friday. Yay. It's called Timey Wimey, and it's a Time Lord thing. Lois would know. Timey Wimey? I think I missed that part. That slapping thing is weird. It is, Nancy. It is a little bit weird. I don't know how I'm supposed to integrate if I want to, right? Because it's a matter of like it's a matter of resources. The amount of time I'm spending exposing myself to this fractal and the amount of capital that I can expect from this fractal seems disproportionate to me. I've made 74 short videos. 74 of them. I was technically only supposed to make 12. 3 videos a week for a month. And I've made 74 of them. Did I burn myself out a little bit? I don't know. Like, I think that's the thing that I was kind of like tripping out about today as I was sitting down. I was just not feeling inspired. Not feeling particularly inspired. I was like, yo, this thing needs to happen. And then there's part of me that hates that as a narrative. I'm like, bro, it needs to happen. Oh, and it's like, but I don't feel like it. And I was like, but it needs to happen. And I'm not creative right now, but it needs to happen. Feeling in ourselves that feeling of not wanting to and doing it anyway. Takes deep breath. We can. So weird. It is weird. It is weird. But it is, again, in my mind, the universe giving me opportunities, seeing that I need them. Like my business is going to has quoted again. Remember bits of that conversation I had yesterday. One of the conversations was about reducing my quote. So my quote got cut in half, which means that the quote now is like something like $400 and something. $400 and something. And again, it's not none. It's as much, give or take, money as I've made doing everything else. Doing what I love, to say it in so many words, but it's not something you can survive on or something you can build with. That's what I feel like I've been concerned with as of late. That's the thing I'm feeling a lot. It's like I want to be able to build something. Am I building something right now? Maybe building myself. Maybe that's the way I'm supposed to see it. Gaining some skills. Want. Want is an interesting thing. The fact that we have this feeling that is want. And then we can have this feeling that is not want as well. That's the thing that I've been thinking about a lot. Sam, we had more tornadoes in one day than ever recorded in Florida. And the second busiest tornado day in US history. A lot of the stuff got destroyed this week. How about this insurance we're having? There's a beetle. I'm technically supposed to kill these dudes. They are invasive and do technically destroy your infrastructure. Oh. I'm gonna quickly run and see if I can get something. I don't know if it's out here. It might not be. It's definitely not. Here it is. Found it. Yeah, those beetles, the one I'm heading towards, they make these holes. There it flies. They make these holes in the wood. Now that I'm paying attention, a lot of holes in this thing. I'm back again. Second busiest. Al Gore tried to tell you all about Man Bear Pig. Y'all should have listened. One of couple of troubles here in the water. Hello, lovelies. Hey, Zano. It's nice having you here, friend. Sending you blessings. We have Pojo saying, Melty, I don't want to influence you in a shady direction, but you probably could make good amount of bank if you just start an OnlyFans. I love how there's more people to hear this as well. No, I'm not. I'm not doing that. Again, just from a matter of what I enjoy, right? I'm pretty pedantic when it comes to the things I enjoy and the things that I don't. And I don't see myself enjoying that. Selling my body doesn't sound like something that I would enjoy. I could make money that way, potentially. Many people are making money that way. I'm a very routine-based person. And when I make something a part of my routine, I usually do so because it's important to me. And I can feel myself already struggling internally, having to do the work that I'm doing for other people that's taking up time in my routine. And making content like that, goodness. No. How about no? How about instead no? How about consider it and then consider not doing it? I got the mental image of Mel trying to do this. Only a wholesome content creator on OnlyFans and still pulling in the thirsty denizens of the internet. Wholesome content creator on OnlyFans. Lonely housewives would love you. Yoga. I need to so I can process this information. These are where my sensitivities are especially. He's thinking about it, you guys. Thanks, thanks about it. I'm totally not thinking about it right now or something. I am actually legitimately just pretending. I'm doing the pretend face. That Beetle is back. Mr. Beetle, sir. Sir, Mr. Beetle. Think I got him. There's so many holes. Yeah. You know, again, like I have a hard time making content that I just in general. All right. Just this. The process of editing video, for example, and hearing my own voice is already something that I find some level of difficulty with. That's just going to be more of it. So much more of so much no. So many bottles on the internet. Yes, exactly. I think Melt would have a harder time than you think entering that business, Joe. I just think you friends love me dearly and you want to see me succeed. And I appreciate that. Mm. I can feel your hearts. I can feel your hearts. I want to be an artist. That's what I want. I want to be. That beetle is back. I want to be an artist. I want to make beautiful things and put those beautiful things in people's homes. And if me doing that means that I can eat food and own things like a home or a car, then that would be pretty sick. I would appreciate that. I'm watching this beetle. I don't know if it's another one or the same one. Sorry about that. Sam, for real, considering the options. Every bottle is unique. Joy, that phrase will permanently be stamped into my memory. Can you feel our butts? For the first time since I left South Africa. I'm so glad I'm not in this stream today. Me and you both. Me and you both, Jovan. I think I would have turned into a raisin. I feel like I'm already kind of lost. What am I supposed to? Connor is here. Yoga's art. Naked yoga is art that gets you paid. Doing naked yoga. Like again. I did like some yoga uploads for a while there, and even doing the yoga uploads was too much workflow for me. Maybe the reason I'm poor is because I'm lazy. I can feel the Andrew Tates all collectively folding their arms, smoking their cigars, and nodding. Yes, yes, so. You just being you is wholesome and soulful content. Authenticity is what you bring to the table, and that is precious. Thank you for that, Connor. That is what I want to continue doing. You know, I feel like that's maybe where I get stuck. I feel like if I was creating content of that nature, it wouldn't be authentic to myself, right? It would be, in so many words, a cash grab. And I don't want to do that. Like, it's not how I want to make my money, right? I wouldn't be proud of making that money. I wouldn't feel good about spending it. Or maybe I will end up spending it faster than I would money that I was proud of earning. who knows how these things work. By saying the words individually and refusing to allow the brain to interpret the meaning of them altogether. How to read these comments without a fire red track? Yeah, it's true. That's how I do it. I dissociate. I read it like a robot. The dangly bits would be in the way. I can't do a yoga noon. You can do yoga noon. You can do it. It can be done. Can be done. I'm sure there's a lot of that as well. My poor mind. What world do we live in? Can you imagine? Can you imagine having this conversation with people just 50 years ago? Just 50, just 50 years ago. They would lose their minds. Not sour, but super sharp. What? Did I miss some? I'm smoking this sticky white strain right now. It tastes medical. Pale buds with white hairs. Sharp? Maybe I missed some comments or something. You know, I'm not seeing the sharp connotation. Not sour, but super sharp. Maybe you're talking about the strain you're vaping on. Yeah, okay. My mind thought that you were replacing the word sour with super sharp. Terpenes, maybe. Yeah. Probably pinene and limonene as a terpene profile usually have that sharpness to it. Pale buds with white hairs. A sticky white strain right now. That sounds nice. Marijuanas. Our plant medicines. It has been nice not smoking in stream over the last few days. Feels like it does give me a little bit of a different way of interpreting and showing up with the information. I don't know if it's better or worse for you friends though. You should let me know. Oh, actually, Mel, I kind of like when you get a little bit more blazed. You know, I don't know if you should tell me that stuff. I don't know if it'll be good for me, but it would be cool to do this data gathering. One of those beetles are back. Very fine. Yeah. Nice. Can you imagine having this conversation? What? That objective reality doesn't exist and we all individually interpret the world and thus fact cannot exist? Yes. Exactly, Sam. Exactly that conversation. Maybe more for me the conversation of like, hey, person from past, I'm person from future. Did you know that 50 years from now, there will be a blossoming industry of people selling their bodies to thousands of people at a time? Did you know that? Can you believe that? People buying houses by showing their buttholes. My poor brain. I feel like I am that person from the 50 years ago. I feel like I'm talking to myself, and myself is that person being like, I can't believe you, bro. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make sense. And then myself existing here be like, that's happening. That is what's happening right now, dude. Good morning, Doc Dad. Good morning, bro. What a wild week. I love you all. I'm going to pick up some much needed plant medicine, lemon bean, Bruce Banner. I've heard good things about Bruce Banner. Champion City Chocolate, Jungle Pie, and Mac 1. Heard good stuff about Mac 1 as well. Bless you. My new induction heater. I got my new induction heater. My new induction heater arrived and it's so dope. Did you set a photo on the Discord? I want to see, bro. I was doing sober October, but broke my commitment when the house started shaking. I'll get back to it tomorrow. Yeah. My house hasn't been shaking, but my world has. My entire world got shooketh. And I'm not really trying to pick up the pieces. I'm more I'm trying to like formulate this sentence. Imagine my world got shaken, and all of the things that used to be assembled in a certain way fell apart. And all of these pieces are now on the ground for me. And I feel like I have this higher dimensional perspective looking down at all of these pieces. And I am finding myself questioning which pieces I want to pick up. Which piece is my core, right? Which piece is the most important for me to hold on to as I'm looking at all of these little pieces on the ground? And then which pieces do I actually want to, put around my core? Do I want to carry with me going forward? And I feel like it's been very important for me to come to that point in my own journey. It has been, in my mind at least, been beneficial to this process of self-discovery. Thank you, Jean. I don't know if that analogy, is fitting for your experience as well. I thought about sober October, but Mel back and forth sick and then in the hospital has me so drained. Seems like all of our Octobers has been harder than we might have anticipated, which is also fine. Good thing we still have this beloved medicine there to support us when we need her. Induction heater, please tell me more. Kind of like the thing that Jovan got me. I think his is handmade though. Check your inbox on Discord. Let me see. Let me see my inbox on Discord. Ooh, that is cool. I do like that. I do like that. I won't lie. It's kind of cool. Look at Duck Dad's induction heater. Look at that. Got a button for your pressings. Got some little cutouts. I'm guessing this thing is 3D printed. And then that's your bowl. So you're like, what the hell is that thing, Mel? This thing's button. Inside this thing, I think this thing is powered by a cord, probably. Then there's like a PCB that basically gives the instructions for a solenoid to run electricity. To run electricity around a coil that is inside this glass or around this glass ball. And then when that electricity is run through that coil, it creates a magnetic field. And when you put something metal in that magnetic field, it heats it up, i.e. induction heater. There's no touchy. By induction alone, it heats your Dynavap. So, very cool. Very, very cool. I like the little stars. I like the little LEDs they have in them. For real. Duck for real. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. That's exactly what I said. Love is true. Hell yeah, Duck. Love it. Glad you're into it too. My past self, talking to my future self, would slap me and curse me out for traversing space-time to tell my future self about future bottles and not winning lottery numbers. True. Maybe that's why my past self is so confused by my future self. Because my future self is telling my past self something that it doesn't really know how to interpret properly. And also isn't exactly helpful to the future of its own existence. Like, what am I supposed to do with this information, bro? Am I supposed to take this as advice? Everything in moderation, even moderation. Jaju, the fact that you can follow through on quiet days says everything. This is the way. Thank you for the picture, Duck Dad. Joy Vive, I feel that one. 20 seconds to heat from cold. Less than 10 for warm-ups. Yeah, it sounds about right. And no butane needs to be used anymore. That beetle is back. Yes, that beetle is resilient. I am actually surprised. It's also very fast. Doesn't really want to take damage. It's aware of me too. But it keeps making holes. The sober October ended when I found a stash I forgot I had. I remember you telling us about that even, Anshi. It is cord powered, correct. Good. You're probably going to be using it for the most part in your space, You know where you're going to be hitting your Dynavap. Hmm. Cushion? What cushion? Just me and nature. Water pipe? What water pipe? Just, just me. Fine. Water pipe can stay. Mm, melt stalking and killing a living thing. Now you see how I feel about bugs. Like, I don't do that. I don't stalk and kill living things. Usually. Usually. But when it's a creature that actively does infrastructure damage, and this is not my home, right? I could care less. I could care less. But I only care more. Like, I will be out of this house within months, right? Within the next 6 months. But somebody else might end up living in it. And I don't really want their house to have holes in it either. So it's a matter of something has to be done. If it is to be, it is up to me kind of experience. I don't think I would ever go back to butane heating the Dynavap once you use the induction. You just realize how imperfect butane was. Such a better experience with that little tool. It is true. It's very nice. For me, the sound. I'm a very sound sensitive person. Today's stream topic is about the sensitivities we have. And the click and then right, click, however you want to. I forgot what the word is for making sounds. However you want to make that sound, it is kind of disrupting. Having the silence and just hearing your click is nice. I will concur. Talking about killing, love is true. Love is true. Stop eating our stuff, bugs. Stop it. Stop doing that. I saw this video today of a rat stealing a guy's potato chips. But you see this rat, like that rat knows exactly what it's doing. It's like a person, probably in Florida or something. Person on like a beach with a beach chair, and they're relaxing, and they have like a pack of crisps, pack of potato chips next to them. And then you see this rat coming around the corner. And you instantly recognize that this rat is trying to steal some of these potato chips. And then instead of stealing just one, as you would think, it steals the entire bag. Takes the whole bag of chips. And it's that kind of thing where I don't know, I feel like a part of my compassion, is that the word? Part of my softness, part of my childlike, oh, it falls apart. Where I'm like, this fucking guy. This rat stealing the whole ass bag of chips doesn't just steal a few of them, right? Doesn't just steal as much as it can carry. No, it steals the whole bag. And I know for a fact that as that bag is gonna get stolen, chips will fall out on the ground, and who knows if that rat will actually end up having any of the chips whatsoever, but a mess will be made. Ever tell your friends about rats stealing my joints? When I just started smoking, I was still very scared that my parents would find out. So I would roll myself joints in my bathroom, and then I would take those joints all the way to the back of like the barn, and then I would smoke those joints. Paranoid. And then I would put them down somewhere there, somewhere on the ground, or like on a tree branch, or like something like that. And every time I would come back to finish the rest of my joint, something had stolen it. Something had stolen my joints. And I am still convinced it was the rats. I'm still convinced the rats stole my joints. These freaking guys. Yeah. Melty, you and the bugs over the last months, I've had an all out war with the paper wasps around here. They finally stopped stinging me, and I finally quit spraying them. I'm happy that the war has concluded, bro. Bless you and bless the future generations of them as well. May they be less that bugs back. You want to see what it looks like? I think you should be able to. See that dude? He's trying to land. He sees me now. He does notice that I'm noticing him. You see those little white spots on that beam up there? That's where he started gnawing away at the wood. I don't know how much of that you could see. Tuners is here. Hey, Tuners. It's nice having you stopping by. Love, 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 he says. Love, love, love to you too. Yes. This feels like draw me one of your French girls poses. Quit teasing me, Connor. I'm missing some context. I'm gonna get there. The colony I have on my porch is still alive, and as the temperature drops, I have tried some fruit out there for them, but they don't seem like the type of wasp because they're not going for it. That's nice of you. Life is such a strange riddle. Strange riddle it is. How to live well. How to live well as this thing. Use these hands to make things. Don't just use these hands to take things. Maybe that's one way to live well. Right? That's what I'm feeling in this moment, at least. All right. Such a strange riddle. Ye Jaju, this is how we recruit and build our wasp army. My 90s self is just thinking of the pickup line. That girl was all that and a bag of chips. This year I learned how to talk to wasps. Swampy, my parents just landed in Orlando. I told them to hurry up and get looting before people return. That's so dark. Well, I have I ever told you guys about the rat stealing my joints? You like that line? I thought you would. Good. I'm happy. I'm happy that you like that line, Joy. Quit teasing me, Connor. If you're going to stop by, do it for reals. This year, I learned how to talk to wasps. Joe, that's fucking beautiful. I thought I saw tuners earlier, and I feel like I misspoke. You were just seeing the future, I guess, bro. You are now a grown man. You should ask your dad about the disappearance of the teenage joints. I know my dad though. I don't think he would do that because my dad made himself a pipe. So I'm saying I know my dad. Like I had a bunch of weed. So before I ever started smoking weed, I was planning on transforming it. Right? And in this process of transformation, my dad walks in on me crushing the buds. And he goes, "What you doing?" And I go, I plan on transforming these into something else. You know, I'm planning on adding value. My poor business brain, even as a 17-year-old. So he confiscated all of my bud. He confiscated all of it. Then life went on. I started smoking after I turned 18, and he smelled it. And then he walked in on me. And then we had the conversation about me smoking and why I smoke. And then it was close to that time that he revealed to me that that bud that he had confiscated from me, he in fact didn't throw away or burn, but smoked himself. And then he brings out his own little handmade pipe. He had like a piece of wood that was like gnarly, was like mangled, you know, a seed from some sort of parasitic plant landed on a branch of another tree. And then that parasitic plant grew these nubules onto that tree branch, and then that nubule got cut off, and then got emptied, and then was transformed into a bowl for a pipe. So my dad brings out this pipe, most beautiful pipe I've ever seen in my life. I was like, "What the fuck is this? Oh, what is this?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've been smoking for my blood pressure," he says. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, good to know." Noted. And yeah, me and my dad have smoked together quite a few times, but I don't think he would smoke my half-smoked joints, stale joints. I don't think he'd do that. I didn't even want to do that at that point. I gotta go, Joy, Joe. Glad you're okay. Love you, Nancy. It was nice having you. I have business to attend to. Good luck on your businesses. Bless you too, Connor. Godspeed, good sir. Gotta take a poop. Popping in for serious business, Joy. If Dad made himself a pipe, it was because he realized he couldn't keep stealing your joints, Mel. Part of me wants to believe this, just for the sake of it. Dad was stealing my joints this whole time. Melt has the best stories. I'm happy that you friends enjoy them. I am very conscious about the fact that I'm a storyteller and I want to be better at it. I'll get better at it, slowly but surely. As I keep aging, I'll gain more stories. Papa Chris is fucking ran. He just doesn't know it yet. Yeah. Yeah. Jovan got to meet my dad even. So she knows. My dad is a cool guy. He's just very Christian, which like automatically gives you like -20 cool. Unfortunately. I'm joking. I'm just making jokes. I'm poking fun at my dad because he's my dad. And that's how I am. I poke fun in, right? I poke fun, little bits. Pokey pokies. It's just a matter of almost like narrative, like there's always things to talk about. There's always a hope for the future, to say it in so many words. Oh, there's two beetles here now. And when it comes to these things, uh, everybody wants to be right. And wanting to be right about something as complex as religion, uh, it just like allows for a lot of nonsense. I think I got one of them enough now. There's two. There was two here though. First there were two, and then there were one. Where's the other one? The other one seems to have Vamanost for now. We'll see if more of them come back. Dad smoking his confiscated butt out of a handmade pipe is my life goal. I can kind of see that fractal of, Milani getting her own butt at some point, and then you walking in on her, rolling some sort of crude joint, having like vaped your Dynavap for the last decade and a half, being like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you smoking it? What's wrong with you?" Confiscates her weed, Dynavaps half of it, eventually bites bullet and buys her own Dynavap as well. That do sound like good goals to me. Melty, a cool gift from your father would be a pipe that you acquired for him. I'm gonna get him a Dynavap. He needs one. It will be better for his health as well. I remember the day I saw Chris dancing with you. It was a pretty special moment. Dude, bring him a pipe. Yeah. Like, again, it's just a matter of resources. A Dynavap right now is between a third and at minimum, a quarter of all of the money I make in a month. And right now, I'm spending all of the money I make in a month just on rent and food. So I would have to go negative $75 into debt to get my dad one of these things right now. And I just need the extra capital to be able to do stuff like that. But it is a part of the plan. I want to get one for Johan as well. I want to get all of my friends one. I want to go down the rabbit hole deep enough where I have a or at least have someone that has a metal 3D printer, and I want to design the little body pieces in CAD, and then I want to 3D print you your own little Dynavap handle, mouthpiece, if you will, to make it even more special. But again, resources. All of these things cost money. I just want to make beautiful things and give gifts, and society just wants my money, right? And so I'm trying to find some sort of halfway point where I can make some money making beautiful things as well. That kind of bond is pretty unique. If pictures of the pipe exist, I would really like to see them someday. It got stolen. That pipe that my dad had actually got stolen when he was in Zimbabwe, unfortunately. hmm Quick, leave your dad a voice note and tell him that Joe said he was cool. Joy said or Joe said? I'll tell him actually. Yeah, he'll like to hear that. Mm-mm-mm. Hallo papa, ons gesels bietjie op my stream oor weed en hoe dit as 'n medisyne gebruik word en praat bietjie oor die torre wat aan ons dak, jy weet, die goeters opeet, praat oor hoe ek glo rotte op die plaas my joints gesteel het en in hierdie hele storie praat ek oor pappa se pypie wat pappa gemaak het. Nie pappa se Dynavap pypie nie, daai ou knonkelhout pypie wat nou weg is, wat gesteel is. En in hierdie hele proses sê Jovan dat pappa 'n baie cool mens is. Ek lief pappa. Ek stuur 'n paar blessings. And you go. Information crystallized onto the internet. Maybe that is why I'm drawn to you, Melt. Two storytellers telling stories. If we get Jojo, Swampy involved, it could be one heck of a campfire session. Yeah. Maybe when I move to America, we can have like a podcast, campfire sessions. We make a campfire. We mic up the campfire so we can get all of those crackly sounds. I mean, we do a whole a whole live stream, having conversations, telling stories. I wish I could have pulled more songs out of my brain bag to play on guitar for him. I drew a blank and only played Beatles song. You did great. There was this moment of almost like giddily sharing and exploring Jovan's, personality. And my dad is a guitar player, and he's pretty proud about the fact, to say it in so many words. And he always wanted all of us kids to play guitar as well because of how proud he is of himself for doing that. But none of us really wanted to because of our sensitivities. When we started callousing and our fingers hurting, we stopped. It's like, nah, actually, this doesn't feel good. And in that process, none of us actually learned how to play the guitar, and Jovan has learned to play the guitar. So there was this moment of being like, yo, Jovan can play the guitar, actually. And then she did. And she did. And my dad liked that. I can tell you that much, yeah. I did pull a card. Melty, I really hope you tell me a story someday about how you rub it in your dad's face. That's all the waste time on the internet, as he puts it, got you a cool American girlfriend. My dad never really went down the rabbit hole of saying that I'm wasting my time. My dad went down the rabbit hole of telling me I'm pretending to be who I am, right? Which I was like, bro, no. My brother was the one who was like, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. You cannot waste your time. It's impossible for you to waste your time, technically speaking. You can only spend your time on things that progress and build your life, or you can spend your time on things that don't. But neither of those are wasted time. Both of those are time spent. And the way I believe, at the very least, I'm spending my time learning how to communicate, how to tell stories, how to be in a space with a bunch of different people from a bunch of different walks of life, with a bunch of different perspectives, trying to share a central theme, a central conversation, and seeing where the sharing of this conversation will take us as a collective so we may consciously evolve. Right? It's a matter of understanding, I think, what this is. And it's not like you can just explain that to them. I will never stop doing this. We have, over the last like 3 months, lost a lot of viewers, to say it in so many words, lost a lot of watch time, lost a lot of subscribers, etc., etc. But that isn't the motivating factor for me in this space, right? They can be one friend, they can be just me alone showing up for myself. It wouldn't be as fun, admittedly, but it won't stop. Star Mother. Star Mother? How can you mother yourself? Man, I'm missing a bunch. Which song was that? It was Blackbird. But I can do the Cures, just like heaven pretty well too. And that should have been my first choice. Live in America long enough to obtain a ridiculous amount of resources, then return to South Africa, buy a big ass farm right next to the farm. I do want that. I'll just say that, like, period. I want that. I want to gather resources and then buy myself a nice piece of property in my country. I want that. I do. Universe, help me manifest this one. Please. I promise I will make the most of it. Swampy, yes, sign me up. I don't even need the details. Let's go. You know what happens when you want to give beautiful gifts, but society takes all your money. You make it with your hands. I know, Duck Dad. But again, for me to make a Dynavap with my hands, I need thousands of dollars worth of 5-axis CNC machines. All right, so we're back to square zero, unfortunately. Trying to figure out how to get there without asking permission. How to get here into South Africa? You know what happens? Love again. I'm conspiring. Conspire harder. Conspiring with you. Joe, 40% of total assets in order to fully exit the US tax system. What? It's so fucking hard to leave completely. 40% of total assets? They keep 40% of your assets? That is pretty bonkers. Building a boat is a wild answer to the question, but I'm actually leaning that way. That might be. I love that when Mel speaks Afrikaans, he has to look up in the sky like he's forgotten it from speaking so much English. It is kind of like that. It is kind of like that. I have to actively remind myself of the language that I used to speak. There was a moment when I got home where I forgot how to speak English for a second. I'm not going to ask anymore. Yeah, the IRS won't either. When they send their leg breakers after you, what are they gonna do? Come to South Africa to take my taxes? Wasn't it you? Wasn't it you who had that whole conversation, Sam? We are pirates after all. I'll leave if I can, and I'll leave quietly. I don't want to ask the system how much money I owe them. We snapshot people in our minds as we grow and change those snapshots. Uh, and change as we grow and change. Those snapshots don't get updated, and it causes so much dissonance. That's why your dad accused you of pretending when you were just changing. Thank you for saying that. It feels better seeing it from that perspective as well, Joy. I really do appreciate your your wisdom, to say it in so many words. You add a lot. That beetle is back. Is it the same one? It actually is. How is it surviving? All right. I think that time it was enough. Because there's a big hole in that wood and it's hiding in there. Boo, I say boo on taxes and tax collectors. I hear you clearly. I have several family members that tell me the same thing. I do what I want. Wise words, joy. Good to bring awareness to it. It's true. Allows us to see a little bit more into it than just as well. Right? Like, how dare you? Understanding is like, oh, this is how you dare. Okay, okay, I see. Mm. Love the idea of a live campfire podcast with all the stories and guitar sing-alongs with the crackling firewoods would be pretty cool. Fire stick melt time to bring it out and get that beetle. It's a little bit too high. And if I start fire sticking on wood with our roof and I burn our house down, that wouldn't exactly be my idea of a good time. You hear that, beetle? Star Mother, you are more held than you could possibly imagine. Loved and cherished so deeply that if you knew, you would not spend 1 second of your life in separation, worry, or fear. Let the mother carry your burdens. Let her rock away your fears. Lay all of your worries, regrets, shame, and guilt on her altar. Please, please, sweet child, do not fear. You are love in motion. If you allow it, you are already healed. Let her heart remind you of your goodness. Let her love away your fears. Your capacity to love and hold others is limited to your capacity to love and hold yourself. Be compassionate with your sweet body, mind, and soul. Treat yourself like the beautiful spirit that you truly are. Remind yourself that you are doing your best and try not to carry it all on your own. You have got this, and the mother has got you. Let her broad arms take away your burdens. Let her lift the weight of the world off your shoulders. Forgive yourself, my dear, sweet child of earth. Melty campfire for the win. I like you, friend, so much. The way you support and are stoked for our future. We'll do cool stuff. My idea of the whole campfire fractal is a show that I want to create that I'm going to call Melting Psychonauts. And it won't exactly be a campfire, but it will be akin. It will be akin to us telling stories, having conversations, while staring into change. Yeah. Yes, it's so. Lausanne, it really does sound so beautiful. If you burn the house down, you get out of the lease early. I think I incriminated myself by talking about it on stream though. Yeah, I get out of lease early and I get into jail sooner. Nice. Free food and housing. I don't think they'll allow me to stream though, which will be a super big bummer. I have a terrible voice. I don't think so. And I play drums and guitar with a special lack of precision. I don't dance well, and I'm sure it's not pretty. But I would gladly sing and dance and play music with you all. Bro, it is you, right? Dance and music and the way we play our guitars and the way we speak is an expression of ourselves. And we love that self that you are. That beetle, is that beetle gonna survive? It's out of the hole again. How are you doing that? Actually, bonkers. Sam, how else would you collect on insurance? Campfire collection. I like this idea. Melty, hurry up and get married so we can do a campfire next year. Fine. Fine, I say. Okay, fine, I'm convinced. I've already pulled my card. I've already showed up with you, friends. I thank you for showing up with me here again. Joe, the insurance people are a part of the pirate lord class and are not easily swayed into giving up their loot to every consumer and to every commoner who comes knocking at the treasury door. Bruh, I don't want to be weird, but I'd totally marry you, dude, just to get you here. I love that, bro. That's not weird at all, man. That resonates as love is true, loud and clear to me. I don't want to cuddle or anything. Yeah, I just want to see you sitting on the chair next to me, bro. Have you close enough so I can pass you a Dynavap. I love you, friends. Thank you for joining me for today's stream topic. I hope you have the most beautiful, heart-filled, inspiring day. One where you can experience all of these things that this sensing organ that is your human being can experience in this existence. May it be beautiful, may it be kind, may it be filled with splendor and hope. I appreciate you so much, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody's. I love yous. And cheers for now, until we do it again.